Hi and Assalamualaikum to semua Sidik Perinci Ahmad. Introduce my name is Muhammad Azhar Bintang today, meter rambut F2056 and my friend Kajak Rasa adalah reminder F2076. Now we do a practical class 2 a presentation for enterprise network. For this practical exercise presentation, there's five objectives, which is the part 1, put the network and load device configuration. Part 2, troubleshoot and solve problem on the network. Part 3, verify the corrective on network. Part 4, configure the network with a new IP address. And part 5, displace the communication between device. For this practical exercise 2, we need to boot the network and load the device configuration. Here you can see the network topology that we have created. For this topology, we have 2 PC, 2 switches, 3 routers, and 1 server. Before we do any configuration on this topology, we have create a addressing table and VLAN table. For addressing table, we have a device Putrajaya, Johor, Perak, Mersing, Ipoh, JP, KK, PMJ, PUO. And for VLAN table, we have Mersing ports, Ipoh, Mersing ports, Ipoh, Mersing, and Ipoh. For load device configuration Putrajaya, we have to change of name for Putrajaya and we enter the interface and we insert the IP address that we have created on the IP address table, and then we have to for SPF, then we create a security which is we do a username and also a password. Here you can see the Putrajaya configuration. For load device configuration in Johor, we have changed the hostname to Johor routers, and then we enter the interface and we insert the IP address that we have created on the address table before. Then we create our SPF for Johor network. Then we do a security configuration, which is we create a username and also a password. For load device configuration in Perak, you can see here we do a configuration. First, we change the host name to Perak. Then second, we enter any interface that we have created on the recipe table and we insert the IP address. Then third, we create a router or IPS1. Then we create a basic configuration for security, which is we create a username and also a password. Then we configure a NTP server. Then for load device configuration in Mersing, we have to change a host name to Mersing and we create a VLAN 2099 and we do a switch mode access VLAN and then we do a basic configuration of security, which is we create a username and also a password. The last for load device configuration in Ipoh, we have to change host name to Ipoh, then we create a VLAN. After we create a VLAN, we do a default gateway and then crypto we generate RSA generate key. Then we do a basic configuration for a security, which is we create a new username and also a new password.
Thank you, Azahar. A very good day, sir. My name is Kavir Sanaraki Mahendran. My number character 01DDT21F2076. So today I will explain about the troubleshoot and solve problems on the networks. So now we do the identify the problems. So which is in Putrajaya, Mersing, Johor, Perak, and Ipoh. For Putrajaya, problem in router OSPF1, the missing default informations originate and it doesn't set time spec in syslog. And for missing, in the interface is a wrong VLAN switch port and the missing the transport inputs SSH and line VTY and lastly no IP default gateway. And for EPO, the interface 11 wrong switch port mode doesn't access VLAN, and the lastly is a wrong IP default gateway. And for the Joho, so Joho is a problem in the router OSPF1 using the wrong IP for the NTP server using the wrong for IP for logging. And lastly, for Para, the problem in router OSPF1 and the second problem is wrong IP for one of the network in router OSPF1. And the lastly is the syslog and NTP update calendar was not set. So continuously we see the verify the corrective on network and configuration the network. So first on OSPF one, which is on Putrajaya. So we set the so firstly we have to go the global configuration mode, and now we have to set the no router OSPF one because the main problem is the OSPF one. So we have to undo the OSPF1. So now we create again the router OSPF1 and we set the new ID. So 1.1.1 the network, sorry, the NID with the wildcard mask, which is .63, so 000.63, so area 0. So the network for DNS, so we set the NIDs uh, in OSPF, which is to connect to the all networks interfaces. Sorry, NIDs. So for now, we must add the default information in under in OSPF1. So which is we have to type router OSPF1 in global configuration mode. After it will be the config router. So which is you can type the default dash information originate. And now exit. So now we have to set up the timestamps for syslog. So this also said we have to enable the services timestamp log date date time and millisecond. So now we have to set up to Johor, so which is we have to add router ID on router Johor OSPF1, and secondly we have to change the NTP server IP, and thirdly we have to change the logging IP. So first, add router in OSPF1, like usually we have to redo the old OSPF1. So we have so now we create the new so now we create the new OSPF, which is OSPF1. So we set up the ID, and we configure the networks and ID. So then we set up the default information originate. And now for the change logging IP, so we have to redo the no logging IP, so which is the IP for syslog. So 10.126.114. After we redo, so we logging balik with new IP, and enter and or type END button, END command. And next, and after that we have to show run to know the NTP configurations. So now the NTP configuration is mistakenly wrong. So now we have to set the new NTP server, which is no NTP server 214.9.44.233. So now we set up the with accurate or correct IP NTP, with correct NTP IP. So which is an NTP server. So 74.9.44.222. So for now, move to Para router, which is we have to change the router OSPF1. So we have to redo the old OSPF, and we configure with new OSPF with router ID and NIDs. and the services. So after we do, we have to set syslog NTP update calendar. So we have to first enable the service, uh, timestamps, log, destination, millisecond. And after that, we have to configure with NTP update test calendar. So for machine, we have to change VLAN switch port in interface F011. So we have to get in the interface. After we get in, we have to change the old VLAN, which is type the command no switch port access VLAN 99, and we configure with new access VLAN. So we change switch port the access VLAN 10, and after it exit, and now we add transport input SSH and line VTY04. So after we start the line VT504, we have to change to the transport input SSH. After we do the configuration, we exit, and now we now add the default IP for for machine. So the command is IP default gateway 10 126 44 and 65. So now we solve the problem in EPO router, which is change usage port mode in interface 11 and SSVLAN, and secondly add transport input SSH line VTY04 in interface 11, sorry, F011. So we have to undo the old switch port, which is no switch port mode trunk, and we have to set in new mode, which is a no switch port mode access. So and after that we type switch port access VLAN 20. And for add transport input SSH line VTY04, no IP default gateway, which is 172.11.99.129. So then we have to type the IP default gateway, which is suitable SSH inline VTY04 with 10.126.44.129. So finally, after we do corrections in the router, so we do try to ping. So we ping via the PDF file. So we just select the PDF file and select from the route PC0 to the PUO to the PC0, and in and each networks. So first things, I have to ping uh, PUO to the EPO, so it's really successful. And secondly is I put the PDF file to PUO to the Johor. It really gets successful, and PUO to JPKK, and PUO to Putrajaya, and PUO to Mesin Putrajaya JPKK is all really get successful results. So finally we done the corrections, so we ping also it really get successful. Thank you for listening, sir.